Imagine a place where almost every book in the known world existed under one roof, a sanctuary for the greatest minds of antiquity. This was the Library of Alexandria, a monumental achievement of the Ptolemaic dynasty, built to serve as the intellectual heart of the ancient world. More than 2,300 years ago, the rulers of Egypt envisioned an extraordinary ambition to collect every piece of knowledge ever written by humanity. They transformed their capital, Alexandria, into a global center of learning, attracting scholars from Greece, Egypt, Persia, India, and beyond to its gates. This library was not merely a passive warehouse for scrolls. It was a dynamic, living institution designed to create and expand human knowledge. Scholars arrived here to engage in deep study, rigorous debate, and the translation of texts, fostering an unprecedented cross-pollination of diverse cultures and ideas. To fuel this massive intellectual engine, the library implemented a unique and aggressive strategy to acquire every manuscript that entered the city's busy harbor. Whenever a ship docked in Alexandria, officials would search for books and scrolls, confiscating them to be meticulously copied by the library's expert scribes. The original manuscripts were kept for the library's growing archives, while the copies were returned to their owners, ensuring the collection grew with every arrival. This systematic process allowed the library to amass a staggering number of scrolls, with some historians estimating the total reached over 400,000 volumes. Others suggest the collection may have been even larger, perhaps approaching 700,000 scrolls, representing the collective wisdom of every corner of the known world. Inside these walls, the breadth of human understanding was truly vast, covering fields as diverse as mathematics, astronomy, geography, medicine, and engineering. History, poetry, and philosophy were also preserved here, creating a comprehensive record of human thought that was unparalleled in the ancient landscape. Some of history's greatest minds walked these halls, using the library as their base of operations to fundamentally change how we perceive the universe. Euclid worked here, developing the foundational principles of geometry that students still study in classrooms across the globe thousands of years later. Eratosthenes, another brilliant scholar, calculated the circumference of the Earth with astonishing accuracy, using only shadows and the power of mathematical deduction. Astronomers observed the stars to map the heavens, while doctors recorded medical treatments that pushed the boundaries of ancient healing practices. Engineers experimented with remarkable machines, some of which were centuries ahead of their time, showcasing the library's role as a hotbed of innovation. The Library of Alexandria was not simply preserving the achievements of a past civilization. It was actively helping to build the future of human progress. It stood as a testament to the idea that knowledge is the most valuable resource a society can possess, transcending borders and generations. The scholars who gathered here were united by a common purpose: to understand the natural world and the complexities of human existence. Every scroll represented a piece of the puzzle, a fragment of truth gathered from distant lands and preserved for the benefit of all humanity. The atmosphere within the library was one of intense focus, where the pursuit of wisdom was considered the highest calling for any citizen. By bringing together languages, ideas, and discoveries, the library created a melting pot of intellect that fueled advancements in every major scientific field. It was a place where the boundaries of the known world were pushed further every day, driven by the relentless curiosity of its inhabitants. The library's influence extended far beyond the city of Alexandria, shaping the intellectual trajectory of the Mediterranean and the wider ancient world. Its existence proved that when humanity works together to gather and share knowledge, the potential for discovery is virtually limitless. The sheer scale of the project was a reflection of the Ptolemaic dynasty's desire to leave a lasting mark on history through intellectual dominance. They understood that true power did not come from military conquest alone, but from the ability to synthesize and master the world's information. As the library grew, it became a magnet for the brightest minds of the age, who saw it as the ultimate destination for their research. The library's halls were filled with the sound of debate, as philosophers and scientists challenged each other to think more deeply and critically. This culture of inquiry ensured that the library remained a vibrant, evolving center rather than a static collection of ancient, dusty documents. The meticulous care taken by the scribes ensured that the knowledge contained within the scrolls was preserved for future generations to study and enjoy. Each copy made was a victory for human memory, a way to ensure that the wisdom of the past would not be lost to time. The library's success was built on the foundation of international cooperation, as scholars from different cultures shared their unique perspectives and findings. This collaborative spirit was perhaps the library's greatest achievement, proving that knowledge knows no national boundaries or cultural limitations. The legacy of the library is found in every modern institution that values the preservation and dissemination of information for the public good. It set the gold standard for what a library should be: a place of discovery, a repository of truth, and a beacon of human potential. Even today, we look back at the Library of Alexandria with a sense of awe, recognizing it as the ancestor of our own modern universities. The stories of the scholars who worked there continue to inspire us, reminding us of the importance of curiosity in the face of uncertainty. Their dedication to recording the world around them provided a blueprint for the scientific method that we still rely upon in our daily lives. The library's impact on geography was equally profound, as travelers and explorers contributed their observations to the growing body of maps and data. Medical knowledge was refined through the careful documentation of symptoms and treatments, laying the groundwork for the future of clinical medicine. Engineering feats that once seemed like magic were broken down into logical steps, proving that the world could be understood and manipulated through reason. The library was a sanctuary, where the chaos of the world was organized into a coherent structure of knowledge, accessible to those who sought it. It was a place where the past was honored, the present was analyzed, and the future was imagined with bold, new, and innovative ideas. The sheer diversity of the collection meant that a scholar could study the stars in the morning and the intricacies of human anatomy by afternoon. This breadth of knowledge was the library's greatest strength, allowing for connections to be made between fields that were otherwise kept separate. It was a testament to the human spirit's desire to know, to understand, and to master the mysteries of the physical and intellectual universe. The library thrived because it was supported by a society that valued the long-term benefits of education over the short-term gains of war. It served as a bridge between the ancient civilizations of the East and the emerging powers of the West, facilitating a global exchange. The scrolls themselves were works of art, carefully crafted and preserved to ensure that the information they held would remain legible for centuries. The library's influence was so profound that it became a symbol of civilization itself, representing the pinnacle of human achievement in the ancient era. Its existence proved that humanity is capable of great things when we prioritize the pursuit of truth and the sharing of our collective discoveries. The library was a beacon of light in a world that was often dark, offering a path toward enlightenment for those willing to seek it. Its halls were filled with the dreams of thousands, each scroll a testament to the hope that their work would endure long after they were gone. We owe a debt of gratitude to the ancient scholars of Alexandria, whose work laid the foundation for the world we live in today. Their commitment to the preservation of knowledge remains a powerful lesson for us, reminding us of the fragility and the value of our history. As we explore the story of the library, we are really exploring the story of ourselves, our curiosity, and our endless quest for understanding. The Library of Alexandria remains the ultimate symbol of our potential, a reminder of what we can achieve when we value knowledge above all. The decline of the Library of Alexandria remains one of history's most enduring mysteries, often oversimplified as a single, sudden, and catastrophic fire. While the conflict involving Julius Caesar in 48 BCE is frequently cited as the library's ultimate demise, the historical reality is far more complex. Ancient accounts describe flames spreading from the harbor into the city, but historians debate whether the main library was actually caught in the blaze. Some argue that only nearby warehouses containing overflow scrolls were destroyed, leaving the core collection and the primary research facilities largely intact and functional. Evidence suggests a much slower and more tragic erosion over several centuries, driven by persistent political instability and a gradual economic decline across Egypt. As the Roman Empire shifted its cultural priorities and focus, the once generous state funding that supported the library began to slowly vanish over time. Without consistent financial backing, the institution could no longer maintain its massive collection, and the physical structure began to fall into a state of decay. With resources drying up, scholars began to disperse, and the massive collection likely dwindled shelf by shelf as maintenance became impossible to sustain. This slow disappearance leaves us to wonder about the vast breadth of lost scientific, medical, and historical knowledge that vanished alongside those ancient scrolls. Historians point to repeated civil wars and social unrest in Alexandria as major contributors to the loss of irreplaceable manuscripts during this period. Religious tensions in the 4th century may have also played a role, as shifting cultural values led to the neglect or destruction of pagan learning. Each generation may have lost another piece of the collection, as books were either damaged, discarded, or simply lost to the ravages of time. Perhaps the library did not vanish in a single dramatic night, but instead faded away through centuries of systemic neglect and environmental degradation. This raises an even greater mystery regarding what was lost, as thousands of unique works have vanished completely from the historical record forever. Works quoted by ancient authors are now gone, and entire scientific observations, maps of distant lands, and engineering designs have been erased from history. We do not know exactly what was lost, because the evidence itself vanished alongside the scrolls, leaving us with only fragments and deep questions. The greatest tragedy is not simply that the library disappeared, but that we will never know the full extent of the knowledge it once contained. Today, the physical remnants of this great institution are completely gone, buried deep beneath the bustling streets and modern infrastructure of the city. Archaeologists have searched for years, but the shifting landscape of Alexandria has made it nearly impossible to pinpoint the exact site of the library. Yet, the library's legacy endures as a profound reminder that a civilization's true greatness is measured by the depth of the knowledge it preserves. Its story continues to challenge us to consider how much further humanity might have progressed had those lost scrolls survived to inspire future generations. The Library of Alexandria remains a symbol of our collective ambition to understand the universe and the fragility of the knowledge we accumulate. It reminds us that civilizations are not remembered by the wars they fought, but by the intellectual treasures they leave behind for the future. Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't who destroyed history's greatest library, but what incredible discoveries disappeared forever with its final, lost, and silent scroll.